Welcome into the Matsu Miners post-game show presented by the Napa Auto Parts of Alaska. As always, we're joined with the manager, Ben Taylor. A little nerve-wracking win here, 8-7 victory over the Oilers.
No, I thought it was great. It was my favorite win of the summer. We had to deal with some stuff, it wasn't easy. Those are nerve-wracking games. Those are test games, and I'm really proud of the way the guys came through it. I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, but that was awesome.
Brady Corrigan going 5 1/3 innings pitched. What did you see? What did you like from him tonight?
Brady pitched incredibly tough. Obviously the inning they scored was rough, and wasn't his best inning, but he kept him at 1. And then Spencer hits a 3-run homer, and then Brady settled right back in. It was great. I thought he was fantastic tonight.
And talking about Henson, he's been up and down a little bit as of late. Came into the season hot. Now he had the 4 RBIs, he hit the 3-run homer. Just talk about how he's meant to your team.
He's just good, man. He's the glue. He means a lot to this team, inside that clubhouse and hitting the 4-hole and, closing out games, whatever it might be. I mean, he's kind of the guy right now, and it's fun to watch.
In a game where your bullpen might not have had the dominance they've had as of late, the bats finally kind of broke out a little bit.
Yeah, it's the first time the bullpen's had a hiccup in a long time, and that's going to happen. And we kicked it around a little bit. I think Swift made his first error all year, second error all year. I don't know. I mean, everybody's kind of shocked by that. So, but you hit, and it gives you a little bit of a softer landing, and the guys really responded, and it's just good.
Well, that's good. And what's also good, the Miners are at the top of the ABL with a record of 12-8.
Yep, it's good. I'm proud of these guys. This is my favorite win of the summer.
All right, Manager Ben Taylor, as always, thank you very much. We'll be right back with the star of the game. Brad Walker will have it for you.
Welcome back into your Matsu Miners post-game show. I'm here with your Matsu Miners player of the game, Spencer Henson, back up for a second time here in the booth. And we'll start off, congratulations on that home run, Spencer. What did it feel like to finally send one out, especially opposite shot as you're a right-handed hitter?
I don't know. It's just a lot of pressure build up. The guys are giving me a hard time. Everybody's, all the lefties are getting balls out, but yeah, it feels pretty good. It was on accident. Home runs that happen on accident, so it's no big deal.
Were you planning on sending it that way? Was it sort of an outside pitch? Because I saw you hit one over on left field a few times in batting practice. So kind of take us through the at-bat a little bit.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're trying to go hard away, soft away, fastball and the slider. So I was just kind of looking that way to begin with, and he just kind of gave me a ball on the outer half. I just stayed on time, and just kind of try to take it that way and try to put a ball in the gap, and it ended up up in the air a little bit. So
yeah, definitely. And they took that early, small lead, 1-0. So how good did it feel to pounce on a team early? Because you guys sort of struggled with the bats yesterday. How good did it feel to jump out to that nice 3-1 lead off your home run?
Oh, it's just a huge momentum builder, just going into the game anyways, being that early, and it's giving our pitcher some confidence too, because he kind of struggled in the beginning, and so that gave him a little bit of cushion, let him settle in a little bit, and he ended up doing a really good job for us in that latter part of his outing. So
then you step up next at bat, you get another RBI and a lot of line drives tonight, and a lot of line drives throughout the season, really, throughout your at bat. So what's really been your approach so far this season?
Just kind of stay on time for balls back up the middle. Try to work the right side. And if a off speed comes, just same timing, and it'll end up just getting pulled. So BT's really been working with me. I've been struggling and pushing a little bit, pressing for a hit because I've been kind of being streaky. So, most of that's BT and Tyler LeBron helping me out in the cages for the practice and stuff.
So we've had a couple of perspectives so far on what's kind of transpired in tonight's game in the latter half. Obviously, our broadcast perspective up here in the booth just had Coach Taylor in for his perspective. What are your thoughts sort of on how this game sort of finished? Obviously, you guys still on top 8-7, but a lot of things going on in the last part. Kind of take us through your thoughts. How was the dugout doing? What was the mood and feeling around the offense and defense tonight?
The energy was the same throughout the whole game. As soon as we got up in the lead earlier in the game, the energy, didn't change. We had a lot of confidence. Guys were making good swings. We knew what they were going to do. We've seen pretty much all of their pitching so far, so we kind of have an idea what they're going to do and what they're going to throw at us. So, and then defense, we're pretty solid defense. We had a couple miscues tonight, but, everything is going to work out.
And in the ninth inning, I noticed you sort of pulled the infield together and had a nice little chat to seem like you were okay, to tell everyone they're okay. What exactly did you say in that nice little meeting?
Just try to calm everybody down, just try to slow the game down in that, high pressure situation. Because in the long run, if they do score, which they ended up doing, if they score, then they still have to rally back together and score another guy from starting over again. So, we kind of had to slow the game down, and we had an older pitching staff, towards the latter part, and I just had to tell them, be an upperclassman, but yeah, that was kind of the key, is just slowing the game down throughout the whole thing.
Exactly. So you guys are back on top in the ABL by a half game. You take this lead into 2 games on the road, first in Anchorage against the Bucks and also in Anchorage on Saturday against in Anchorage area, I should say, with a doubleheader against the Chinooks. What are your kind of thoughts and mentality just on Friday, we'll say, when you head up to Anchorage against the Bucks?
It's going to be the same as tonight.
Pilots, I should say. Pilots.
Yeah, pilots.
My bad, buddy.
No, you're fine. The approach is the same to everybody we face. We're just going to try to work balls back up the middle, and we got speed, so we're going to use our speed, and we're going to use that to try to get an early lead in the game. So, it doesn't matter really who we play. We kind of have the same mindset against everybody. So,
all right. So I think I've questioned you out, and I've asked definitely a lot. So thank you for your time, Spencer. And for the final time tonight, the Miners take tonight's game against the Oilers and also the ABL lead with an 8-7 victory over the Oilers. For Connor Mills, for Spencer Henson, this is Brad Walker, and this has been your Matsu Miners post-game show.